No, it's not quite April 30th, but it feels like May around here. Temperatures were in the 50s these last couple of days, so I was impressed. I can't wait for the warm spring weather. Spring's going to be here before we know it, and so unbelievable. But I have some more unbelievable news. The car has been not performing well over the last week, actually over the last couple of weeks. But it was just this week where we started to do something about it. I've been noticing a noise over on the driver's side. First, this was on Thursday. Took it into Rafi, see what he thought of it. He said left wheel bearing, and and then we had uh, then we took it into Mavis to get the oil change, and then we had the so we got the Mavis ticket in for an oil change on Thursday. On Friday, we had the we took it into Mavis on Baldwinsville, and then no, wait a minute. This was on Wednesday. I'm sorry, Wednesday. This was all on Wednesday. I'm sorry. Thursday, we took it into Mavis Baldwinsville. They found that the front calipers were sticking in, so they replaced the front calipers. And then on Friday morning, got the car back, drove it some more, still made the noise. And then Jeff, who should be on hopefully any minute now. I'm sure you've all met Jeff here on the show before. Said that it's the driver's side front wheel bearing. So tomorrow I'm taking it back in. They didn't even test drive it the first time. So now now we're gonna let them drive it, see what's actually going on, and we'll get it taken care of soon. In the meantime, we got some other big news. If you haven't heard, the SU Chancellor has now they've named the next SU Chancellor, J. Michael Haney, who will take over on July 1st after Kent Syverud steps down. And that's big news. SU basketball is not doing great either. They lost yesterday to Pittsburgh, a close one, 70. I think it was 79, 76. Matt and I went to the game yesterday, and we had hope, but then they just couldn't pull it out. So not good on the SU athletics front, and not good on the SU athletics front at the moment. And I don't like where this is going, but hopefully with a new head coach, a new athletic director, we can get this program turned around. The SU women's lacrosse team won, and the SU women's basketball team also fell in the ACC tournament. They're gonna make the NCAA tournament, I would think. Let's have hope for Syracuse athletics moving forward. And with that, we're gonna take a break, and we got a show and tell segment coming up. Can you believe that? Haven't done the show and tell segment in ages, I feel like, but I got pictures to show you of my adventures over the last week. So I'm looking forward to a show and tell segment. Haven't done it in a while, but why not? That's all coming up next after the break. Welcome back. Well, I'm going to do something that I haven't done in a long time, and that's the show and tell segment. I took some pictures last Sunday and I believe on Wednesday when I was in Oneida, but we'll start with here. This is the iSchool. If you can't recognize it, this is the iSchool. This is where the vending machines used to be, but then they moved them down. They moved them down to the cafe, which we'll see in a minute. If you remember where this is just outside the room 011 where we have the game design skills. I would set up my games here for people to play. And now we move on to the second floor. This is 205. Our research lab used to be just behind those doors. And this is the room where we would have our shows for the pre-weekend kickoff. My first iteration of the online radio, the first iteration of the online radio station that I had. This is where Brian, Elizabeth, and I would do our shows from, 219 Heinz Hall. And this is another view of the room. Now we're inside the room. You can see a good view. This is usually where we would sit. And this is, again, the view looking out now. And if you remember, this is where we had our first, or here, no, actually not there. Here, this is where we actually had our first show, our first recorded show of the pre-weekend kickoff. We would record from right behind these doors. And this is the Robert Benjamin Jr. Faculty Research Award. And as you can see, our research professor Yang Wang won the award in 2014, and then Brian Simon won the award in 2016, and Scott Nicholson, our professor of gaming, won the award in 2005. This is where we had the Thanksgiving show. If you remember, we had the Thanksgiving show here, where Matt called in for the first and only time. This is where we sat, right here. And then we were in here, we were behind these doors for the last show. And as I mentioned, the vending machines moved down to the cafe, which is located out here. And then here we have pictures of the SU campus. And this is a new place in food.com. So I'm glad you enjoyed that tour, and we'll continue. Every time I'm up on the campus, I love it up there. We'll continue with part 2 of the show and tell segment coming up next. Now to continue with part 2 of our show and tell segment, I take you to now Oneida, New York. This is the Oneida Public Library, where they moved in 2020. And what you see behind these doors is a studio. I think for a podcast or for pretty much anything. And again, they moved their locations. And I only know the Oneida Library exists because back when we did research in 2016, 2017, we actually did a few studies with a participant who lives out here in the city of Oneida. And this is actually a pretty good library. It's modern, it looks nice. And this is the old library. Now we are at the old library location. And I can remember very vividly, we went in the back. We would park here in the back. And we would go in through the accessible entrance, which is right over there. And as you can see, it still says parking for library patrons only. Okay. And then, as you can see, unfortunately, our participant that we worked with, he used to work at NBT Bank. Unfortunately, he passed away a couple of years ago. His name was Skosh Firon. And, but he was blind and he had low vision. But I remember I went into the bank and I think there was somebody working there named Nicole who worked with him, and she said that he could cross the street better than the sighted people. So, I was working there for a CC, a Clear Captions phone installation. I figured after that I might as well take a tour around. And I haven't been to the Oneida area in quite a while. I think in 3 years to do a Chase Bank telerefresh. But I figured this is appropriate, and it's by AGR. The big goodbye, so we'll say a big goodbye to Skosh Firon, who contributed to our research a lot, and we're gonna miss him. And we'll be back. I think we gotta start the bump it or dump it segment after the break. So here we go. Yes, I just got your text, Elizabeth. I think it is hard, we had the SU game to go to. We had the SU game to go to. Yeah, okay. I know. I understand. It's Rachel has a lot to do on Sunday nights. We had the SU game yesterday, so I didn't want to rush the SU game. So, okay, yes. So I figured tonight would be better for everybody. We're gonna move right into the. First of all, can you see and hear me, or did you get another song? Right now, oh yes, okay. Just checking right now, you can see and hear me instead of a song. Okay, there we go. We're gonna start with Coldplay. Chris Martin of Coldplay had a birthday on Monday, so we are going to celebrate that by playing a few of Coldplay's. We're gonna vote on one. We're gonna vote on one of Coldplay's biggest hits. So if we just stand by, he is 49. Chris Martin is 49 years old this week, as of Monday. Monday, March 2nd, 1977. So, I'll give you your choices, and then as soon as you see the choices in the chat, start voting. If you left out, if you think I left out a song, please let me know. So here we go. Please make your selections now, keeping in mind that Matt, who's not on the show, his vote is for Viva La Vida. So there are your choices. Okay, it's tied 1-1. One vote for Viva La Vida, one vote for Adventure of a Lifetime. I just need one more vote to break the tie, or else I will break the tie. Okay, we're going with Adventure of a Lifetime. I like that one too. Let me just make sure that I have it loaded. Okay. This is Coldplay with Adventure. Hold on a second. Well, now it's tied again. Because now, no. Yeah, now it's tied again. We have two votes for Viva La Vida. We have two votes for Adventure of a Lifetime. So now I'm going to have to. Now we need one more vote to break the. Now we need one more vote to break the tie. Or I'm going to have to break the tie. Okay, so we're going with Viva La Vida. Okay, so now we're going with Viva La Vida. Okay. Oops. Just. This is Coldplay with Viva La Vida in celebration of Chris Martin's 49th birthday on March 2nd, 19th, on March 2nd, this past week. Same day as Rachel. And that was Coldplay with Viva La Vida. Moving on. Our next artist will be Bon Jovi. Here we go with the song choices. Stand by. There are your Bon Jovi song choices. Please make your selections now. I know this one's okay. We have one vote for Living on a Prayer. We need more votes. Okay, it looks like. I'm sorry, Ryan, but you've been outvoted again. We're going with It's My Life, another one of my favorites. I'm sorry. Yeah, oh no, it's tied. No. Now it's tied again. Oh my goodness. We have a tie between Living on a Prayer and It's My Life. Mom's gonna have to break. Either Mom breaks the tie or I break the tie. This is gonna be hard. Mom, do you have a vote, or else I have to break the tie. This is gonna be hard. This is gonna be tough. I guess I'll break the tie, and I would have gone with "It's My Life." So I'm sorry, Rachel and Ryan, but that's what we're going. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I like that over living on. I'm sorry. Here we go. Bon Jovi, "It's My Life." Yeah, that was a tough one, but I wanted to go with "It's My Life" to break the tie. So we move on, and we played this song in honor of John Bon Jovi's 64th birthday, also on March 2nd. So what this means is, Rachel, you share a birthday with Chris Martin and John Bon Jovi. So we are going to move on now. The next up will be Camila Cabello. Now, the first choice, the first decision we have to make. As you know, Camila Cabello was a member of Fifth Harmony. So, the first decision that you have to make, do we want Fifth Harmony or Camila Cabello's solo career? That's the first decision that you have to make. I can put it in the chat, but let's decide on that first. Okay, we have one vote for solo. The solos have it. Okay, now that we got that decision, I'm going to put the sum of the song choices in the chat. Stand by. I'm going to put some of the song choices in. Yeah, okay. Solo wins, so now I got to put the song choices in the chat. Don't go yet. Okay. Those are your song choices, everybody. But Ryan, please make your selections now. We have one vote on the table with Ryan. Don't go yet. We got to have more votes, so let's go. Okay, it's tied between Don't Go Yet and Havana. Alex and Elizabeth, we need your votes. And yes, okay. Alex and Elizabeth, we're waiting on your votes, please. Havana, looks like Havana wins. Let me even see if I have that. Stand by. I might have to pull it off of YouTube. Yeah, stand by while I pull it off of YouTube. Do you want the music video or just the song playing? Because the music video is 6 minutes and 33 seconds long. The regular song is just 3 minutes and 29 seconds. I've seen the music video. It does tell a story. Do you want to see the music video or do you just want to hear the song? I got it off of YouTube. Just the song. Okay, please enjoy Havana by Camila Cabello. That was Havana by Camila Cabello featuring Young Thug to celebrate her 29th birthday on Tuesday. You know, I once learned how to play the piano part when it came out in 2017. I forgot it already. Now we got another choice to make. I'll give you the choice of artists, and we gotta pick one for the final Bump It or Dump It slot tonight. Do you want Becky G, Madison Beer, or Benny Blanco, the artist? What I mean by Benny Blanco, the artist, is songs that feature him. Because, as you know, or maybe you don't know, Benny Blanco is also a producer who has produced songs for other artists. So, again, I'm going to put it in the chat, and please pick one. Okay, we have one vote. Okay, now it's tied. It's tied between Benny Blanco and Madison Beer. Alex and Elizabeth, have you both decided to go with Benny Blanco or just one, or just Alex? We need some. We need Rachel. We need Rachel to come in and break the tie. Okay, both of you want to go with Benny Blanco. Okay, so that is technically two votes. So we have two votes for. Okay, so now that means we have two votes for Benny Blanco and one vote for Madison Beer. So that means we are going to go with Benny Blanco. Matt has voted for East Side, so please keep that in mind as I give you the choices for Benny Blanco. Here we go. Those are your song choices, keeping in mind that we already have one vote on the table from Matt for East Side. Okay, it looks like East Side is the winner. So, here we go. please enjoy. He had a birthday today, so here we go. And that in celebration of Benny Blanco's 38th birthday today. Well, that's the end of our show. I can't believe. But thank you very much for participating. Next week we'll do Benny Blanco, the producer. He has produced lots of other songs for other artists, so we will do that next week. And now we'll get to some of the other ones that didn't get your vote as we close out the show. So to make it even, Steven, and have a good night, Mazel Tov. I'm signing off. Everyone stay forever living, and hopefully we can get back on track with maybe a Saturday show. It sounds like Saturdays are better for you, or at least better for Rachel instead of Sundays, because Rachel has a lot to get done. Yes, good night. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll play Adventure of a Lifetime, and then we'll play Living on a Prayer. Get this to load as we say goodnight and close out the show. Hope to see everyone back here. Yes, and next Sunday is the Oscars. So can you believe that? Next Sunday is the Oscars. We have good contenders for winning this year. And so I sign off for the final time tonight. Here we go. Please enjoy Coldplay, Adventure of a Lifetime, and Bon Jovi. Until next time. I guess. Sorry about that, folks. Please stand by. The original video, as you can see, was not available. Please stand by.